From Michael Jordan, who literally made a teammate cry, to Latrell Sprewell, who thought it was a good idea to choke his own coach, here are some NBA players who are total jerks in real life.
J.R. Smith was fouled! Why not? You gotta be able to have strong wrists to flip the ball.
Starting off with none other than J.R. Smith. When you think of people who just can't stay out of trouble, J.R. Smith immediately pops into your head. The guy just can't seem to stop himself from doing stupid things, whether he's on the court or off it. On the court, he's been suspended for throwing an elbow at Jason Terry's chin during the playoffs in 2013. He also violated the league's anti-drug policy, earning himself a 5-game suspension in the same year. And in 2014, he got fined a whopping $50,000 by the NBA for attempting to untie his opponent's shoelaces. I mean, seriously, who does that? But JR's off-court antics are just as bad. When he got traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers from the New York Knicks, he attacked a 19-year-old fan who was giving him a hard time about leaving New York. I mean, yeah, the fan should have known better, but choking him out was definitely not the answer. And don't even get me started on the time he went shirtless for days after winning the championship with the Cavaliers, prompting even President Obama to tell him to put some clothes on. But that's not all. JR has also punched other players during games, spent time in jail for a fatal accident in 2009, and even got arrested for driving without a license in 2012. When you add it all up, it's pretty clear that J.R. Smith is a certified jerk. And while Smith has a knack for throwing punches around, this next player needs a whole attitude change.
Coming out and closing out. Long lead by Rondo. There's KCP. Count it! Spun it in and one, and Rondo gets another assist.
That's right, I'm talking about Rajon Rondo. Let's be real here. Calling the ref a is a total obnoxious thing to do. And that's exactly what Rondo did to referee Bill Kennedy, who actually later came out as gay. Rondo may have issued an apology tweet, but that kind of behavior definitely earns him a permanent spot on the jerk list. But that's not all. His attitude problems have caused him to hop from team to team like a restless frog. He's a walking technical foul waiting to happen, and has racked up over $100,000 in fines throughout his career. And let's not forget about his arrogance. He used to be able to back it up in his prime, but as he's gotten older, his skills on the court have declined, and his bad attitude is just not worth the trouble for many teams. Still, there are a ton of certified jerks in the NBA being put up with because of their skills.
You gotta make free throws. Lakers know all about that. Russell, throw it down, baby!
Now there's a grown man's drive.
Russell Westbrook!
Kind of like Russell Westbrook. Have you ever heard the saying, "If looks could kill"? Well, that's probably how reporters feel when they're interviewing Russell Westbrook. The guy is constantly giving off hostile vibes and talking down to them like they're a bunch of amateurs. A few years back, when he and Kevin Durant were having some teammate troubles, Westbrook straight up told a columnist from the Oklahoman that he didn't like him. Ouch. Maybe he's got beef with the media in general, or maybe this guy just rubbed him the wrong way. But come on, man, it's not that hard to answer a few questions and then get on with your day. You're getting paid millions of dollars to play basketball, so maybe take a chill pill and don't be so quick to bite people's heads off. But it's not just the media that Westbrook seems to have a problem with. In Denver, he got into it with the Nuggets mascot for no apparent reason. Like, dude, why you gotta be so rude? It's not a good look. But it looks like Westbrook isn't the only one with serious anger issues.
10 minutes to go here at Ball Arena. Cousins! How did he find that?
Let's talk about DeMarcus Cousins. The guy has a bit of a temper, to say the least. A few years back, after a Kings loss, he went off on his coach, George Karl, in the locker room. And I don't mean he just raised his voice a little bit. Oh no. He straight up screamed at the guy in front of everyone. Players, assistant coaches, and even the media. Yikes. But that's not all. When Charles Barkley had some not-so-nice things to say about Cousins and his lack of maturity, DeMarcus fired back with some choice words of his own. He basically told Barkley that he had zero respect for him and that they'd never have anything to talk about. Okay then. Look, we get it. Nobody likes to be criticized, but if you can't handle someone like Barkley calling you out on your behavior, maybe you need to take a long, hard look in the mirror, because at the end of the day, all this kind of stuff does is prove him right. While Cousins might be known for his dirty mouth, you'd be surprised to know that the GOAT of basketball might also be the GOAT of jerks too.
In game 3, Jordan for 3. Got it.
That's right, I'm talking about Michael Jordan. Before you come at me, just hear me out. Apparently, he loved talking trash, but he also had a little addiction to gambling, which landed him in hot water a few times. And let's not forget his infidelity scandal that rocked the media while he was in his prime. Let's just say that Michael Jordan was a beast on the court and a real piece of work off of it. He didn't mind being a jerk to anyone, including his own teammates and even an old lady in a card game. He's got legendary stories, like buying Charles Barkley a $20,000 earring just to keep him out of his hair during the NBA Finals. He was also known to yell at Muggsy Bogues to shoot the ball while targeting his small stature. MJ's drive to win was definitely a double-edged sword, making him one of the greatest players of all time, but also one of the biggest jerks. Of course, people let it slide because he's an amazing player, but at least this next jerk was a little self-aware.
We got a dribble drive, change of direction by Bryant, slam dunk. There will be no charge because the man's in that new painted imaginary circle.
Emphasis on little. That's right, I'm talking about you, Kobe Bryant. The Black Mamba was fully aware that he was an obnoxious person. He even advised Draymond Green to embrace his inner jerk to win championships. Kobe's cutthroat winning mentality made it impossible for him to make friends in the NBA, and his icy demeanor turned off anyone who wasn't a Lakers fan. Even his former coach, Phil Jackson, said he was uncoachable. And we can't forget the elephant in the room. Kobe was accused of sexually assaulting a woman in Colorado back in 2003. It's speculated that the victim was paid off. Kobe's wife got a massive sorry ring, and the hotel allegedly renovated the room to cover up any evidence. It might be a conspiracy, but someone definitely got paid hush money.
Long turned his back. Didn't get the pass. Sprewell. Who had one?
Finally, let's wrap up this video with one last, but not least, jerk in the NBA. The one and only Latrell Sprewell. This guy's track record of being a jerk is longer than Shaq's wingspan. First, there was that time his dog mauled his daughter, and when he was asked if he was going to give up the canine, he asked, why? Maybe because it attacked your child? Then he went and fought his own teammate, Jerome Kersey. Real classy. But let's talk about the main event, when Sprewell choked his coach, PJ Carlesimo, for asking him to pass the ball better. Spree didn't just choke him, he also punched him in the face. The only thing more shocking than his actions was the fact that he only got suspended for 68 games. Come on, NBA, what were you thinking? In conclusion, Latrell Sprewell is a jerk of epic proportions. And that's all for the biggest jerks in the NBA. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in our next video.